playing. So here we go. My name is Andrew Cantor, otherwise known as the Boston Truckah, and this is my Diamond Hour.
goldendeer.productions. Golden Deer. Oh, wait, was that not it? Hey, enter. You forgot to enter.
Oh God, what's going on? Where am I going? Dad?
Yes, my son. I am Deuce, the deer god.
I'm so confused. Who am I?
Derek. Your true name is Dercules.
Wait, what?
Yes. You are Dercules, the god of the forest. Season 5. Hosted by your favorite podcast host, Big Bochi. You already know the deal, mother. What's up?
Big Handsome!
What up?
Hey, so how's everything with you, man?
Dude, it's all shit. You know what I mean? I'm fucking still on a fucking wound vac.
Yeah, so...
You know what I mean? So I'm still fucking out, no work, collecting dust, being the voice of the people.
Well, since our last episode, do you mind just kind of explain? Well, first, can you explain who you are and what you do real quick?
So,
what's up, honey?
That is honey. He said hi.
Hi.
My name's Andrew, better known as the Boston Truckah. I'm kind of a in transition truck driver / internet influencer / village idiot / a lot of things. So I've been making content now for about 3 years, and due to some health things in the last 5 months, my content has gone way down. So since the last time we spoke, the big difference is I went and had another surgery. So I had another infection in my chest from the original open heart surgery, and they went in, reopened my chest almost completely, and went down to the sternum and did a process that they call debriding, which is essentially cleaning. So they went in and scraped all the necrotic tissue and shit out of there that they could, whatever they could do in order to clean the area. And then
Traditionally, given your initial procedure, how many people receive infections after the first procedure?
Not many.
Dude, what's good with you just getting the short end of the stick, man?
I mean, I could be funny, but at this point, it's like there's nothing to be fucking funny about. So, I think it goes down to the end. The end thing where I've talked a million times is it could be raining tits and I get hit with a dick. There's just no other way around it. If it could, Murphy's Law. If it could happen and will happen, it's going to happen to me. You know what I mean? So the amount of people that this happens to it doesn't even show up in statistics. You know what I mean? So, and for it to happen to me 2 and 3 times at this point, it is what it is.
So
I don't know what the story is as far as, because obviously I'm not a cardiothoracic surgeon. I'm not a cardiologist. I don't know what happened. I don't know what causes. I don't know if there was some kind of negligence somewhere, or if this is just the way, my life is built to go and just be an infinite struggle. Who the fuck knows? But I know that at this point, if it could have gone wrong, if there was a potential for it to go wrong, it went the fuck wrong. Bro, can you believe they're shutting down all the fucking coffee shops in the fucking Commonwealth tomorrow? So if you're going to go out and get a cup of coffee, you better do it before noon tomorrow.
Keurig, baby boy.
I'll be all right.
You're a great guy.
I'll be all right.
Real quick question. So is this new procedure, since we ran the last episode, is that the same as the sepsis? Is it like the same thing or totally different?
Well, the sepsis incident was a blood infection. This was a more localized just an infection in my sternum, in my, where the incision was. And I, in my infinite wisdom, sitting here at the house watching all these veterinary programs, thought it was a good idea to douse myself with fucking peroxide. Don't do that. If you have a hole in your chest, don't inject peroxide with a syringe. It's a bad play. I know from firsthand experience that it will create a geyser kind of effect where it will legitimately shoot this pinkish brown, disgusting. Yeah.
And so when this happened, were you just like, dude, not again?
I had been to work for 10 days when
back in the truck? You were back in the truck. Fuck.
Yep. And now I'm not even sure I want a fucking truck, to be honest with you. I don't know what I want to do. I feel like I don't want to dumb down the profession by any means, and I would never do that. It's meant so much to me for so long. But I just feel like I have squandered talents. I feel like I could potentially be so much more than just a tool behind the seat.
Well, dude, one thing we're realizing right now, given the state of everything going on, is like these utility workers and people who drive trucks and grocers are the backbone of everything going on. Dude. I mean, you've been saying it for years.
Bro, it's not,
you guys are just getting love now, dude.
Well, the thing is that the thing that's so frustrating is that the industry itself has had such a black eye for so long. You're driving down the breakdown lane and you have to pull over because your kid's having a nutty, and you happen to look into the breakdown lane and see a Poland Springs bottle with piss in it, and the first thing you think of is this dirty trucker. You know what I mean? And that's just not the case. I mean, the amount of guys that piss in bottles are pretty nil. There's not a lot of guys that do that stuff.
Is there a study on that?
Who the fuck knows? But my point is that truckers get such a bad name for so many different reasons. There are so many stigmas that go along with the guys and gals that drive trucks. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is that if you stopped commerce, the trucking industry for one day, this country would literally implode. There would be every single thing in your house. Okay, look over your shoulder. The picture, the plant, the lamp, the shirt, everything in it. Yeah, man. Derek.
That was a small truck, but yeah, not an 18-wheeler.
You never know, dude. It was on an 18-wheeler at some point. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
I promise. So that's logistics. It's cliche. It's whatever. It came off of a boat, off of a rail car, off of a truck, off of a Sprinter van, off of something. It has to move. And people don't realize that. So, everybody's out of their fucking tits right now going nuts about, paper towels, dude wipes, shit tickets. It all comes off of trucks, And now, and that the other thing that people don't realize is that all of these things, if they are not today, will become commodities, and you'll have to deal with things being allocated, which is something that people aren't, used to dealing with.
Elaborate.
So,
you're getting too smart on us.
When you have something that they consider a commodity, so say fuel, right? Crude oil. So crude oil goes into refineries. It becomes gasoline. It becomes CAM 2 racing fuel. It becomes less processed and diesel, off-road diesel. There's all kinds of things that you can do with crude oil, okay? And because that is a commodity, it's a traded commodity. So the value goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. So when you purchase that, you've allocated that for yourself. And what you're doing is that you have, if let's say your Conor's gas, okay, you're an LLC.
Or Collins Gas.
Fuck off, dude. You know how hard that was for me to execute not calling you Colin?
You're a great guy, man. Continue, my
I try
bad.
like hell. So anyway, when you allocate this fuel for Connor's Gas LLC, you own 500,000 gallons. That's what you purchased. So you've allocated the fuel for yourself. Okay. And when you have a commodity, let's say they made these tissues a commodity. Okay. You will have a certain amount that you're able to purchase. That's what's allocated to you. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't go to the grocery store at some point, theoretically.
Okay. I know what you're saying now.
And go and pillage all the shit tickets. You'll be entitled to what's allocated to you.
Yeah. So what you're saying is
24 pack in a 10-week period.
So given the gas station analogy, what you're saying is like, if I own the gas station, the government would say, hey, dude, you can only buy 10 gallons of gas. And so what you're saying in turn is that people are so rampantly getting certain items like toilet paper and Purell, the government's going to say, dude, you can only get 2 of those.
Exactly. And then it'll be a traded commodity. So on top of, like Kimberly Clark, that's who owns Kleenex. That's who owns Charmin, right? They're a big player when it comes to paper products, right? So what will happen is that you'll only be entitled to a certain amount of these things. It's going to this could potentially create such a lasting effect, such a big, dick kick, and I don't think people realize the long-term implications of something like this and how this could manifest itself. Because at the end of the day, this is all unprecedented. I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. I don't know who's pulling these strings. I find it hard to believe. And believe me, I'm no conspiracy theorist. I'm not a political guy. I'm not going to rant about parties and election years and all of these things. But my guess is that where there's smoke, there's fire. You can't go after somebody. I'm not going to get into my opinions on certain political figures and how much I hate, detest, loathe, et cetera, okay? But you can't attack somebody and then expect them to just, roll over and die. So I'm not saying that.
I don't really understand.
I don't even know what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is I feel like at this point, the people that we're associated with this disease at this point, Trump, for example, are the people that are going to forever be associated with this disease. And whether it goes well or it goes poorly will have long-term implications as far as our beautiful two-party system is concerned, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. As someone who's newly, like after your surgery, you had this big epiphany on kind of what life meant to you. Have you kind of had any of that after the whole government shutdown?
I'm petrified, bro. I'm petrified. So I have all kinds of autoimmune deficiencies to begin with. I'm diabetic. I got all kinds of things going on.
I mean, you got a cut open chest. You got a weakened system. Like,
if there's anybody that COVID-19 is heading for, as far as a perfect victim to fuck up, it's me. I'm a sitting duck, So trying to explain to my 16-year-old son, for example. So the day after they shut the shit down and they said school was canceled for the foreseeable future, I got in my car and I dropped him off at a friend's house. And as I'm heading back to my house, I'm saying to myself, Fatty, you have made a terrible mistake. And Fatty, the reason that you have made the not only is he in the wild, so I'm not so much worried about him. He's a bull, okay? He's 6'3", 230, testosterone-driven adolescent super force.
But who wins that fight, you or him?
Bro, at this point, I might have to stick the kid. I might have to stab him a little bit. He's a big dude. I don't know that I can put him up with the paws.
Who knows?
Breaking news. I don't know. I like my chances in the fact that I'm from the streets, and you would best cross me the right way. Because I do have.
You've endured one of the most intensely severe possible operations.
I just don't have the strength that I once did. That's my beef. So I'll probably give you the best 25 seconds of your life, but at the end of that 25 seconds, I'm gonna be pretty hurting.
You're tired.
I'm gonna be tired. So my point was, I dropped my son off at his friend's house, and I'm saying to myself, "You missed this one, Andrew." And I said to myself, "I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about what he brings home." Okay, so that if I'm not cognizant of what he's doing and where he's going, I kind of missed the point. So they want these kids to stay home because they don't want to move this virus any more rapidly than it's already moving. Okay, so there's all kinds of people that work in grocery stores, right? They're considered essential, personnel.
Well, can I tell you something interesting? So, I'm being a real germ freak, warranted, but I've been like a real germ freak because I'm worried about my dad. My dad's old. And I was like, all right, I'm going to Lysol my computer. So I spritz the Lysol on my computer screen, right? Leave for 2 minutes, come back, computer screen, Grinch green. Just totally terrible, right? So I'm like, all right, well, I'm probably going to be locked in the crib the next 5 days. I guess I got to sack up and make the financial commitment and go get a new laptop, right? So I go to Micro Center in Cambridge, the People's Republic. Dude, packed.
Yeah.
Jam-packed. And I go up to the manager and I'm like, dude, what is going on here? He was like, well, everyone's transitioning into a home office because they don't know how long they're going to be home for, so they're buying all this stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm surprised you guys aren't shut down. He was like, we were actually deemed an essential business.
Right.
Just like a grocery store or a pharmacy because people need computer equipment.
It's a commodity.
Wild.
Computers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that word commodity is ever changing. So what's considered a commodity today may not be a commodity tomorrow. You're not going to have to worry about a home office probably in 6 or 8 months. I don't know. You might. I don't know.
Who knows?
That's my point. That's my point with how unprecedented this is. We have no idea where this is going.
And we have no goal except the next 15 days, just
survive.
Yeah.
Don't die. It's just that simple. Don't perish. Do what you can to keep yourself safe. You think to yourself, social distancing. What the fuck does that mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to me? I have people that, luckily or unluckily at this point, Honey and I aren't leaving the house. We have nowhere to go. She ventures out to the market. It's a scary endeavor. She's always on top of things. She's no dope. But the last thing that she wants to do is to get me sick. The last thing my son wants to do is to get me sick. These are the people that love and care about me more than the masses. So it's a considerable thought that goes into their head every day is to keep me safe, to keep me COVID free. It's fucking wild.
Did you go into are you one to tend to go into a real survivalist mode when something like this happens? Where you're all right, yo, we got to stock up, we got to clean the whole house, don't have anybody over.
Well, Honey, just in the nature of how she was raised, is kind of a doomsday prepper. She doesn't do it purposefully, but she's very cognizant of everything. When she moved in here, it was the Viking mothership. I didn't have fucking Tylenol. She came in here and had a headache, and she's like, "Where's the Tylenol?" And I looked at her and I went, I don't know, probably the store. You know what I mean? Because it was just my son and I. If his fucking head fell off, I'd find a way to put it back on and get it, get us pointed in the right direction. But I have, I don't know, 20 cases of water at this point. I don't know what I'm going to do with 20 cases of water. But in the event that the element stops being made, I have water. You know?
So that is in your mind. You think it could potentially get to a point like that?
I don't want to use the term martial law, but it would not surprise me in the least if that became relevant.
Dude,
and what martial law means to me and means to you is two different things. So, and I don't know that to be certain, but I will say, like, I've seen a meme on the great Facebook, and everything that is on Facebook is actual and factual, obviously. And one of the things that I saw that I thought was pretty interesting, maybe even profound, was if you can't fight, all that shit that you just bought to prepare for, that's mine now. Because I can fight. You understand what I'm saying? So what's going to stop me from walking into old boy's house and taking all of his shit? So you just shop for me, you know what I mean? It could get to that point. God, I hope it doesn't.
Dude, maybe I'm just an optimistic thinker, but I don't think there's any chance it will ever get to that point. And I also think
from your mouth to God's ears, you know.
And I also think that obviously humans can act like pretty primal, but you also see this is the first time anybody's in the world has all been connected to the same thing, and there's something very connective about everything because everyone's like, dude, you know, I might have hated you before this, but we're kind of fighting the same thing here, and no one knows what's going on.
There's a lot to be said for that. So you can you know, you can look at it that way and possibly, you know, just from a political standpoint, you can kind of this is a pretty bipartisan kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter if you're a Democrat, a socialist, a Republican, an analingist, or whatever the fuck you could potentially be. You know what I mean? You just want to stay alive, and you want your grandparents to stay alive. You want your parents to be safe, and you want your fat truck driver buddy that can't leave the house with the wound vac in his chest to be okay. You know, I don't know, dude. But you know what I'm saying about.
I think humans are innately good. I do. Do you disagree? You don't think so?
We come from a different place, dude. We come from a different place. We live in the same Commonwealth, but we come from a different place. Like, yeah, dude, people that have are generally nicer. But when you start to poke people that don't have, you can get an ugly fucking person, dude. You can get an ugly person. Somebody that's in 100% survival mode, they're dangerous. They're dangerous. Let me put it to you this way. If I got to smash your fucking head in to feed my son, I'm going to smash your fucking head in.
I think you would second guess it. You would.
I wouldn't think.
You would. I would think you would totally be like, dude.
I think you would.
This is a human right here.
For crying out loud. 1 second. Caught my producer, my engineer. So, are you still there?
Can you hear me?
I got you, buddy. So anyway, I think that you would hope that I would have the ability to be a good, outstanding citizen. But the want thing, you know what I mean? If I'm pressed and I feel like I got to do something drastic in order to, you know, continue my lineage, keep my kids happy and healthy, by any means necessary. Mask on, baby. We're coming.
See, I know what you're saying, and I totally get it. I'm also a testosterone-fueled machine, and I'm protective of my own family. I totally get it, dude. Yeah. All right? I'm 6'3" and sexy, baby. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I also think that humans are – there's something connective about humans where it's like you would second-guess. You'd be like, yo, this guy's on the same journey as I am at. He doesn't want to be in this position either.
But you don't know another man's story until you've had to walk in another man's shoes.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean? So your version of the connectivity and everybody kind of, you know, traversing the same mountain is not necessarily always going to be the case. So you could have a family that's, 6 miles away from you that legitimately doesn't have anything. So they don't have any, supplies. They don't have what it's going to take in order for them to eat, for this, for one night or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So, I may have all these supplies and stuff that Honey has been able to put together and make sure that, we don't burst into flames. But I don't know what's going on with Mary and Kevin around the corner, So I think I like your theory that humans are innately good, and I think you're right until you have
You
no
get back
choice.
against the wall. Yeah.
Exactly. When you're out of fucking options and you have to make your own options, that's when shit gets tricky.
But you also see people in situations like this being, and again, we're actually talking like there's a total global apocalypse going on right now, and there's not.
You don't know that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do you see people in hazmat suits walking down your street right now?
Not today.
With flamethrowers? Said Andrew, we're coming.
I just watched Outbreak the other day.
Oh God, why would you do that to yourself?
Why wouldn't I do that to myself?
You're
so
freaking out now.
No, I mean the thing is like that movie is obviously a farce. You know what I mean? But it's realistic enough that these things could potentially happen. It's just I don't know.
I guess it's perspective. I understand what you're saying. I forget where I was getting at, but so okay, I'll divert. In other news, did you unplug me? Because I hear
what the fuck
a vicious echo.
Hold on,
Will you
Tyler.
Buttons? Go in your bottom left corner.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, guy.
What?
I got nothing out of my my earphones here.
Did you take it out?
I didn't take anything. I just tapped the desk.
Forget.
Now I'm back.
Can you hear me?
I got you. That's fine.
Okay. Tyler, thanks, brother.
Don't touch that.
Don't touch anything. I can't touch anything.
You probably touched your ear, you fat fuck.
He just called me a fat fuck. The youth. Blame it on the youth.
Hey, man. I might get involved in your family issues, man.
Nonetheless,
so I would ask, like, what has your day-to-day been like locked in? But, I mean, you've been locked in for, like, 8 months.
It's five solid months of the same thing. So this doesn't really affect me.
I was going to say, dude, I'm so used to being lonely. It's not like...
Bro, the only thing that's really been different is the fact that when I do leave the house, there's nobody else moving around. So I went into Mass General the other day, and I had to meet with my surgeon.
When was this?
This was last Thursday, and it's just an eerie feeling coming into the city. It's an eerie, like Honey and I walked in, and I got an appointment on the 6th floor of this building, blah blah blah, and they immediately were like, she can't go in with you. I'm like, oh, she's going in with me, and they're like, no visitors. It's this, single solo, and I told them that I was kind of slow, so I needed help and because I don't have the ability to process information. So whatever the doctor said it was, my father always told me, when in doubt, play Mickey the Dunce. Just be like, I don't know. You know what I mean? And it's been highly effective over the years. So Honey and I are walking through the hallways of one of the biggest teaching hospitals on the planet, and it's like a fucking ghost town. It's just weird. It's weird.
Well, dude, I can imagine they're on crazy. I mean, they have patients in there right now with the virus.
If there was a ground zero in the Commonwealth, I would think it would be Mass General Hospital.
I have a different theory on where the ground zero would be, and I'll tell you afterwards because I'm going to use it for my profit. I'm a capitalistic pig.
Well, what the fuck, dude? Why not? If it ain't you, it's somebody else.
So, question: has your prior employer been affected by this at all? Or are they still just full speed?
Slinging trash, dude.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's more of an. There's probably more trash than ever right now.
Well, it's the nature of the beast. People, throw shit
People
out.
are at home. People are at home throwing more stuff out.
Exactly. People are spending, ridiculous amount of times at home. But the thing is that, the one thing that I've noticed with the trucking industry that's been kind of fascinating to me is that they're making it difficult for truck drivers to live. So they're dependent on said truck drivers to move freight, but they haven't made any concessions to make the truck driver's life any easier.
Elaborate.
So, a prime example, 90% of people that live in their trucks do not meal prep or eat in their trucks. They don't cook.
Or they eat rest stops?
Rest stops, restaurants, whatever. Basically, across the board, they have said that the only people that have the ability to get food are drive-through and takeout. Being in a truck that's 70, 80 feet long isn't always conducive to any of those things. So one of the companies that I did happen to see make a concession, and I thought that was really cool, was Texas Roadhouse. Basically put out an MPB that says you can park your fucking truck here. Nobody wants, most places that you drive into without even being aware of the situation say no truck parking. They don't want your big ugly truck there. They want what's in your truck, but they don't want to deal with your truck. So Texas Roadhouse said, bring your truck, park your truck, come get food. We appreciate you. So very few people say to a truck driver on a regular basis, we appreciate you. A buddy of mine's a driver down south, and he happened to take a picture of a Sam's Club that was giving truck drivers goodie bags. Very small, insignificant things in here. It was a vitamin water, a package of Lorna Dunes, a couple of granola bars, a quart of oil, just little whatever tchotchkes, but it made my boy's, entire experience that much better because he said to, I meant something enough to somebody for them to make a concession here for me, and that's, we're so used to being yelled at. Your fucking appointment's at 1:30. Here you are at 2:10. Oh, I don't know. There's a 72,000 car pileup outside your fucking building. I don't know if you were aware of this, but maybe we should, call the National Guard, pick up my truck and trailer and fucking airlift it in here. You fuck.
Well, dude, it's like, it sucks that this is the means at why everyone's now appreciative, but I'm so glad that trucks are still driving. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad that grocery stores are still open. I'm so glad that pharmacists are still showing up.
If it would be in every truck driver's best interest to take a day off at some point soon, in my opinion, and to kind of level the fucking playing field when it comes to wages. Everybody's fucking jobs is, the cost of living change goes up and down, whatever. But I'll be honest with you, my industry hasn't had a fucking a pat on the back in quite some time. We've all kind of been making the same rates now for the last 10, 15 years. I think if we did say we're going to take a day off, it might really raise some pulses. You never want to be the person that throws a stick into the spokes of progression, especially when the country is in such need. But just a thought. Remember me? Remember me making $12 an hour? How about a bump?
I know. I forget. I don't know enough about it, but there was the Stop and Shop strike. Remember that? Imagine if that happened like today, world over.
How about Market Basket that fucking closed their fucking doors? A non-union company, completely unprecedented.
I didn't hear about this.
Come on, dude. This was like 5 or 6 years ago. Market
Dude,
basket.
I was like 2 years old 6 years ago, bro.
I'm just saying. I understand. I have this conversation with Honey all the time. She's very young. So anyway, my point is that there was a board. So, and they tried to get the CEO to step down, and they tried to, like, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'll be honest with you, I don't care. But my point is that they had a non-union company that walked out. Everyone, all the truck drivers, all the warehouse workers, all the hourly employees, they all said, "Fuck you. If he's not here, we're done. Go ahead and restock the entire workforce." And they made the concessions that they needed to make, and everybody went back to work. So sometimes, you know, that's one of the beautiful things about living in this country is sometimes, you know, it's necessary for us to kind of draw a line in the sand and throw ourselves on the ground and have a little bit of a shit fit. You know, the people that make the noise are the ones that, you know, are, you know, have to be accounted for.
Hey, so we've talked a lot of negativity. You got anything good going on? Anything like positive? Give me some good news, Andy.
I'm growing the beard again.
I was going to say,
handsome as fuck.
Your beard looks crispy. The head looks like Mr. Clean. You look like
good. I mean, I feel good. I'm still lucky in love, and Honey's great. You know, my son is flourishing in this environment. I mean, they've been basically given what they call busy work. I don't know what they're going to do with this period of time that they've lost.
What, academia?
Just a different world, dude. So there's nobody teaching this stuff. I don't know that they can count it. I know they have to be present and accounted for a certain amount of time in high school anyway.
And no MCAS, dude.
It's weird. No standardized testing.
Was there MCAS when you had gone to elementary? When did that start? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I noticed my daughter's 20, almost 21. She had to deal with it. You know, you guys had to deal with it.
So is it just you three at the crib? You, your son, and Honey?
That's it.
No fights. Just everyone's in good spirits.
Dude, I'm so blessed, dude. There is no fighting. There is no bullshit. We don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. We don't give a fuck. You know, we just love. We're lucky in that sense. You know,
invite me over, man. I'd love to come.
Well, the thing is like in my infinite wisdom and what I've been through, you can't sweat shit that you can't change. You know what I mean?
One thing that no one can control, which is so interesting. Like, not a single soul can control this.
Right. Nobody's kicking us out of shit. We have enough to get by, you know.
And maybe it's
I know
this isn't
saying, forever.
You guys have been tearing each other's heads off. Maybe you guys got to start working together on something here, man.
Dude, you have to work together with people. You have to.
I agree.
Yeah. You know, it's you know, nobody has the ability to do everything on their own, you know. I don't know what the fuck I would do without this woman. I'd probably be walking around in circles. One of the reasons that I'm as well grounded as I am is just because I have an exceptional woman. She's just it doesn't matter if, you know, who my chosen partner is. It matters that the person that's behind me is truly behind me. You know,
Andrew,
there's a lot of people.
Quick question, because I can't really relate to you on the relationship talk as of this moment. But real quick question: what's going on with the Gandalf streak in the beard? Is that
you noticed, huh? Dude, I'm old. This has been a very, very, very difficult and tumultuous. So I've known you for how long now? About a year?
I think we were in our first episode roughly a year ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, think about what's happened to me in the last year.
Wild.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Rodeo clown shit. Just nuts.
And then when all this COVID stuff dies down, man, you're going to be a beast. You're going to come out of it. No, you're going to come out. You're going to six-pack, Andy.
I don't know about that. Let's just slow that right down, guy. Six-pack, schmix-pack. I just, I'm lucky in the sense that I have a good team. I have good people in my family. I have, a lot of my friends are small business owners and everybody's, barbers and hairdressers and, guys that have, small clothing companies and, a lot of my friends are musicians that are, right now there's so much uncertainty when it comes to what's going on. This show's not going to happen. That show's not going to happen. This isn't going to happen. We don't know.
Are they out of New England?
Most of my friends are from the greater Boston area.
Because I'm still curating a playlist with Newbury Comics of all New England-based music. So if they want to send me some music, we'll try to work them into the playlist.
Bro, I listen to more punk and hardcore and stuff than like, hip hop, whatever. But
any genre.
My friends in Bar Fight Champs, these are like legit my people. They released their new album on this past Friday, Outside the Law. I'm not saying it because these are my people, but this is legitimately the best piece of music that I probably have heard in the last, 10, 15 years. It's an instant classic. It's just, and even if you don't like dig that, genre of music, it's just good fucking music. And it's local and it's relevant and it's Boston as fuck. And my fat ass is singing gang vocals in the background. It's dope.
Send it to me.
I'll definitely send you.
Yeah, I'll text you the email after this so you can send it in because tonight I'm curating the list for the next one.
I'm legitimately proud of my people for putting out this beautiful piece of timeless music. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. And I love the fact that it's as Boston as it is. It screams Boston.
You need to cut you a check.
I don't need a check, dude. I love these people. These are my people. I don't do shit for fucking money. Money don't mean shit to me. You should know that.
Well, I think one day, this is now our third conversation on camera, but I think one day you're going to write a really extensive and expansive book. And I think it's going to sell a gazillion copies because I don't think anyone's ever really had a story like you, man.
I don't think anybody's ever lived a story like I've lived. So I've been very lucky and quite cursed all in the same breath, if that's possible. So it's been one hell of a fucking ride, I'll tell you that. And I said it to
my son the other day. Go ahead.
I said it to my son the other day. I said, God forbid this virus takes me the fuck out. I've done everything I ever wanted to do. I've seen everything I've ever wanted to see. I'm pretty okay with this. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not even 40 years old. And to have been able to have packed into a lifetime what I've been able to pack in, I've been blessed.
I'm glad you got your team that everyone's disinfecting stuff like crazy. And I mean, keep you a level head. But listen, man, I think that you've lived such a crazy experience thus far. And it's just a blessing that you have the storytelling ability that you have. Because imagine if you didn't, and the story would probably be 10 times as boring. But you can actually tell it.
It's such a difficult thing to be able to actually tell the story. That's the biggest part of comedy. It's the biggest part of, relating to people is the ability to tell the story. And I've definitely been very lucky. She's out fucking cold. I'm that boring that she is completely sawing wood.
Oh, she's been in the room the whole time?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. She's so fucking cute. I want to punch her.
All right.
It's like a weird, like you see a cute kid, you want to throw it out a window thing. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh yeah, no. I get the same thing with puppies. You just want to like pick
exactly
one up and punt them down the hill.
Yeah, right down the hill. Eat it.
Love it. Hey, listen, we got to wrap, but hey, between you and I, man, stay strong, baby boy.
That's all I do. I keep moving.
And again, it's just this weird position because I'd be like, yeah, it's the same thing I can help you with, let me know. But like, it's like you can't even get close to you. Again, if there's anything you think I can help you with, I still have a car, so just let me know.
Definitely. And
Okay,
anything you need from me, obviously, same thing. I want to send you that music too, because it's worthy of it. So
yeah, definitely. And I want to diversify the genres on the playlist. That'll be good. Hey, this is how we start in the episode. Say hi.
Hi.
I'm Andrew Cantor, otherwise known as the Boston
I'm
Truckah.
Andrew Cantor, otherwise known as the Boston Truckah, and this
is my diamond hour. It's your third.
Is my diamond hour.
And then you gotta say hi. I'm the Boston Truckah, and that was, and do it. You gotta do them consecutive.
All right, I got you.
This is that was.
Yeah.
And just if anyone's listening, I'm Conor Holway, not Colin Holway. Just so.
Fuck you, dude. I called you Conor. I didn't even give you any shit this time. I was gonna have everything all.
I know you up late last night thinking about it. I gotta get his name right.
Oh, fucking night, dude. 2:00 in the morning. I'm going Conor. I'm just playing. So here we go. My name is Andrew Cantor, otherwise known as the Boston Truckah, and this is my diamond hour.
Bang.
My name is Andrew Cantor, otherwise known as the Boston Truckah. This was my diamond hour.
And you're a great guy, and I'm happy to do this, man.
Mask on, motherfucker. Mask on.
Are you still selling apparel?
This is not my stuff. This is my boys' apparel, but this is relevant, and I can show you the back.
You have shirts, though, right?
I have shirts. Yeah, I still have shirts. The whole back of the shirt says "fuck your feelings." So
I'll go ahead and flip it. I'm down to see it.
All right, we'll see it. We'll see if we can make it happen. We got it.
You got to take 2 steps towards the mirror.
Gone. There
that's a real positive way to end the whole thing.
You already know.
Real gracious. Hey, thank you so much. I'm gonna try to get this out by Wednesday.
What's that?
I said thank you. I'm gonna try to get this out by Wednesday.
Sick.
You the man, bro.
You bet it, bro. I'll talk to you.